Auzubillahiminash-shaytanir-rajim. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. I am Noreen Khanum. Welcome to another video lecture. Before starting off our today's lecture, I want to share a quote of John Dewey. He said that education is not the preparation of life, education is life itself. Now we are coming towards our today's lecture, assessment and its type. First we want to know what is assessment. Assessment is basically a reflective tool to judge knowledge or development within any subject area. There are three types of the assessment. First one is called diagnostic assessment. Second one is called formative assessment. And third one is called summative assessment. Diagnostic assessment is also called initial assessment. For example, a student enroll in any school. When a student enroll in any school, teacher judge his or her previous knowledge. For example, a student want to get admission in class 1. Then teacher will go through her previous knowledge of the preschool or prep class or nursery class. So this is called the initial assessment. Diagnostic assessment is also necessary and also compulsory to know at what standard and at what level the student fall in. From that level, she and he would continue the next level of his studies. Now we are coming towards our formative assessment. Formative assessment means it is an ongoing assessment throughout the course, through different feedbacks, to different question answer, puzzle, games, activities. There are so many types of the formative assessment like skill test, personality test. So these are ongoing activities throughout the session. This is called the formative assessment. It is also called the assessment for learning. It identifies the student needs. First of all, the teacher will know what are the needs of the student. What are the shortcomings of the student in respect of his studies or in respect of the subject. Then he will provide specific timely feedback for special needs, for these special needs. This is called the assessment for learning. Always remember that formative assessment has positive feedback on the students. It causes motivation in the student, motivate to learn more and more. Summative assessment. Summative assessment is also called the assessment of learning. Once the assessment, all the session is over or all the unit is over, the teacher has taught all the unit, then in the end of the unit, in the end of the chapter or in the end of any term or in the end of any session, the end judging of the student knowledge by grading method is called the summative assessment, or it is called assessment of learning. It is at the end of instructional unit and provide grades for accountability. Now because we are not native of the English language, there are so many problems and confusion occur while speaking or while judging the meaning of different words like award and reward. There are so many words like this, aptitude, attitude. The people get confused between these words. There are two words like assessment and evaluation. Both are using for the assessment of the student, but there is slight difference between the assessment and evaluation. I want to tell you what is the basic difference between the assessment and the evaluation. Assessment, the purpose of assessment is formative, is to increase the quality. Formative assessment is called the assessment, which is ongoing activities is called the assessment, and its purpose is to increase the quality, while evaluation means it is to judge the quality and purpose is summative. So, somehow we can call the summative assessment is also called the evaluation. Its purpose is summative and is to judge the quality, not to increase the quality. Increase the quality is assessment, is always called the assessment, and judging the quality is called the evaluation. Assessment is process oriented, while evaluation is product oriented. Process oriented and product oriented. Within the process, assessment is going on, and whenever any product form we attain anything in the product form, it is called evaluation process. The criteria is decided by mutual understanding by both parties in assessment process, while in evaluation process criteria is decided only by the evaluator, only by the examiner. The feedback through observation is always positive, negative points. There are so many feedback by we can get through assessment process, and evaluation we can only get grades, marks. Example of the assessment are called surveys, basic skills, personality traits, personality test, skill test, placement test is called the are the example of the assessment, while the example of the evaluation are the test and exams for the grading purpose. And evaluation has somehow a negative effect, while the assessment has somehow the positive effect and motivation, increase the motivation in the student and the learners. Evaluation, we can give the example of the evaluation when a candidate go for an interview, and interviewer judge his knowledge and said that he or she is eligible for the job or not. This is called the evaluation. Or candidate is appearing for any entry test or for the any entry in the medical college, in the engineering college, is also called the evaluation process. So this is the main difference between the assessment and evaluation. I want to give an example of the assessment, evaluation and evaluation. For example, I am saying that you are gifted a flower. That's come under evaluation. How come it come under evaluation? That no matter how the flower is, either it is faded, either it has no leaf, or it doesn't have any good color, so it is called the evaluation, because judgment is over, you are gifted a flower. And when we talking about the assessment, that I will give you a flower with a part of water, with some part of water, so that the flower will go properly. So this come under the assessment, because it's an ongoing process. Now we will talk about the different methods of the assessment. There are many methods of the assessment. When teacher enter in the class and asking question answer and asking the past experience of the student and the learner by a professional discussion, and these all come in the diagnostic assessment, and through ongoing activities, through the to judge the knowledge of the student through activities, assignment and written reports. After completing his first chapter or first unit, he will judge the last part of the assessment, that is called the summative assessment, that comes under the grading process, and grading process comes through the presentation form, through the written questionnaire, and through the exam system. In the presentation form, the learner will present pictorially or verbally. So these all comes under the summative assessment. Puzzles and games are part and parcel of also formative assessment. It will stimulate the passion for learning to the students. And also portfolios is also important part of the formative assessment. Now this is all about our today's lecture, and be with me and listen my next topic that will be about the embedded skills, and subscribe my channel. Thank you very much.